So I think we can just start and we may ping him later. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the second meeting in English for this month, and we have here only 3 maintainers of PipeCD projects. So let's start with the first one in the agenda. Please, Kikuchi.
Yeah, okay.
Yo, could you please share the screen for the documentation?
Okay. Take a moment. Can you see this?
Okay.
Okay.
And first of all, I'd like to share the topic, and I made an example of running a PipeCD on AWS App Runner, and I made it by Terraform IAC, and the sample is on the link.
Okay.
Yes, that one. And yeah, and you can view this PipeCD and some architecture by Terraform, so you check it out and try it. And if you have any feedback, please let me know via the repositories issues or something. And this is now still my own repository, so I posted it in the PipeCD's official blog later. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So for the second ones, just a little bit update for the last announcement. PipeCD team will attend to the KubeCon EU with several sections. One which is already scheduled, which is the Contribute Fest. And if you click to the link, you can see that it's the second days in the morning, if I remember correctly. Yeah, please. I think it's the second day, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the morning. Yeah, the second day of the KubeCon in the morning, late morning. And we have one RT, one live talk about the project update. And we also have one kiosk shift, which is the last day of the KubeCon. And we have 2-hour shift from 10:30 to 12:30. So that did from me. Leslie is the in process working. The first one is from Kikuchi, which is the PipeCTL init command. Currently, we support the ECS quicksync and the Kubernetes quicksync. For the next one, we're going to implement the ECS canary manifestation. And the second one is in progress is the PipeCD plugin architecture for its preparation for the contribute phase. And hopefully we can make it on time. So I think that all from me as well. Anything else? Okay. So if we do not have anything more to share, I think it's okay to finish the meeting here. Thank you guys, and see you guys in the KubeCon. Wait a minute. Next one meeting, when would it be? Probably in 13, March
Yeah.
13, right?
13.
So it's just right before the KubeCon, and it's a Japanese meeting.
Mm.
And also we have some requests from the CNCF Slack PipeCD channel, but he not be here today. So I think we can just ping him, and I'm in hosting another meeting to sharing with him for some information about the project so that he can use that for his presentation at Silicon in Seattle. Okay, so thank you guys. See you very later.
You.
Thank you.
Just play around with it a little bit, and also try and talk about it in the community where I get to speak and things like that. And one of the opportunities that I got on a slightly bigger stage is to speak about it at the Open Source Summit that's scheduled to happen in Seattle in April. So there's a conference called CDCon, which I think is a very appropriate home for the project and the topic and things like that. And I just set up the talk in order to raise the larger question of, there's so many different tools that help us to sort of CD out there, and CI as well, if you throw that into the mix. And so what's the reason for having another project as opposed to improving on existing ones and giving them that capability and things like that? So there are numerous reasons why different communities have started different continuous delivery projects. And I thought I'll get some information and include PipeCD into that mix too. So that's the background with which I'm interested in the tool, and learning a little more about what the philosophy is going into building this tool, and what exactly is the need for a tool like this. And so I just thought I'll use this meeting time and you folks to learn a little bit more about why the tool came about, and also understand what sort of the future direction that the tool is expected to take, so that I can frame it appropriately for my talk.
Okay, I get your point. And yeah, we when we attend to the KubeCon, we met you from India, right? We met some guys from India, and they said that the PipeCD project is a bit what can I say? India community heard about our project and is a little bit speak about that locally already, and we really happy to hear about that. So basically, it's not yet have any officially speak about PipeCD in the India community. So we hope we can make it someday. So about the project philosophy and why do we create this project? Basically, this resolve one of our problem for our own company problem, which is we have too many different platforms, such as Kubernetes and some on the AWS like the ECS or Lambda, and some for the other like Cloud Run. And it's too many different platforms with different things to use at the CD. Everyone knows that if you have the Kubernetes, then the community already have some kind of official solution like the ROCD or the Flash CD already. It's easy to get in, and it has strong point like UI thing. Then it's supporting progressive and something like that. But one of our point is there is no other solution officially for the other as well, which means that there is a gap in the market that we do not have any unified and easy enough for different platform. We want to have progressive delivery. So we, as the platform team of our company, we need the way to make that right. And we scout, we investigate the market at that time, and we do not find out any open source that match um, our requirement. There is some solution, but it's not open source. We can say that name is Harness, if you know. So we think that that would be our what can I say? That would be our work to make it the way we want, because some team in our company use the harness and it's costly, really costly. So we start the project, and of course for the first support thing we do for the Kubernetes, because everyone know that the Kubernetes have many users currently. And next one is the Terraform. Everyone understand that the Terraform is not just like Kubernetes. Terraform is not computing things or platform things, but our point is we are trying to find a pipeline with focusing on CD things. We think of CI as the part of testing and building code, and after that we have the artifact code like the container image. For the Terraform is modules, and for the other like ECS we have dataset or something like that. And for the CD part, we want is something that actually building in kind of pipelines, just like everyone do with Jenkins. We want something like manually approval state, something like time waiting state, something like analyzing state, and something like automatically roll back when something happens. So what we want is something that actually do the CD things and has the same interface for many different platforms, many different kind of application. So at this point, we mentioned that is platform, but maybe what we actually really want is something that kind of pipeline and focusing on progressive CD for many different platform. That's what the point and why we start the project. And yeah, it's actually work for our company. Currently, we have about 3,400 applications which already be managed by PipeCD in our company. So I think it's good enough for production ready level. And in fact, our production is using PipeCD for now, and it's CD. So that was the point of making PipeCD. So for the roadmap thing, I think one of what can I say? One of our most recently plan is making the PipeCD plug-inable, which means that currently we only support 5 kind of application, which is the Kubernetes, ECS, Lambda, Cloud Run, and Terraform. But we plan to make support for other like what can I say? Cloud Function, for instance, and what from Azure? I forgot the name. The point is we want to making the platform runner as a plugin for the PipeCD. So the PipeCD just remain as the pipeline runner and is focusing for CD. So different platform we want to be handled by PipeCD, we can easily just create a separated plugin for that. So we can have more commitment from the community, we think. And did you have any demo for the PipeCD yet? Did you see anything?
No, I just followed a few things on the doc. Some of the most
Okay.
basic stuff. That's it.
So if you already see the doc, then you may interest for the playground. We have one live demo which is located in the play.picd.dev.
Okay.
So you can log in with just GitHub account and clicking allow to see what actually you get if you install the PipeCD for your use case. So the point is remain, which is you have a simple interface for many different kinds of application.
So yeah, I'll definitely take a look at the demo. I have a question though. What exactly do you define in terms of differences between how an application is delivered for, let's say, on Kubernetes versus Lambda?
Okay, so I think the question is about what is the application, what is the PipeCD application, right?
Yeah, so you define support for multiple different kinds of applications or something like that.
Yes, yes.
So I'm trying to understand what exactly is that difference?
Say if you have the Kubernetes and you are going to have the CD for the Kubernetes, then what do? You will install the Argo controller to your Kubernetes cluster. Then you write kind of rollout manifest, and you stick that rollout with your manifest, with your application manifest. And after that, Argo controller will take care the application delivery for you, right? So
Correct.
the point is you do not have any kind of solution like that for Lambda. You have to write some script which use the AWS CLIs or something, and you leave that script on something like Jenkins or GitHub Action or whatever pipeline running, and it's not official. I mean that different teams has different way to write that script, right? So it's not official, and it's really hard to actually understand how you can easily adopt the progressive deliveries pipeline for Lambda, right? So what we trying to do is we make the thing that Argo do for the Kubernetes for other as well. So instead of using PipeCD for the Lambda, you have your Lambda definition that says Lambda definition things in JSON, just like it be. And you just need to write one more roll out like manifest, but this time is for PipeCD. So it's PipeCD manifest. We define how you want the pipeline run. And after that, PipeCD take the rest. So you have the same interface for the Kubernetes and Lambda. So it's easier for developer to start with something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just curious a little bit. You said that you in PipeCD when you're seeing the overview and some demo in KubeCon, but can you tell me what actually make you feel interest in our projects? Because we just in the phase of sandbox project in CNCF, so we are trying to understand what the community actually think of our project. So we want to find the point that making the project more attractive to the community. So it's really have if people from community like you can just sharing with us how we can actually, what is the point that make you feel interest, and we want to make that easier to get for the other as well.
So there's two parts in which I'll frame my answer. The first part is the technical parts. So there's a handful of features that you showcased, especially moving everything to a declarative syntax, for example. I think that's a good sort of feature to have, and that's something that, like you explained, a lot of other platforms are missing, which Kubernetes has, which hasn't sort of osmoted its way back to what others have. And so having that very uniform sort of interface, let's call it that, having that uniform interface for all sorts of workloads, I think is quite useful. And then there were a couple of other things in that slide deck that I saw. Which anyhow, I guess the other sort of big thing for me, which is not entirely under the technical realm, is given that we have so many different options of from Jenkins to Argo, right? Sorry, were you saying something?
Yeah, I understand that Argo have many features that we have not yet for the meantime. And actually, we do have some other feature that Argo just not have for the meantime. So I think it's just really hard to compare between some existing things with the new things. But what actually I mean here is, what can I say? What do you think would be the strong point of the PipeCD project that can be tell in your presentation as the soap and the strong point that committee should feel interest of our project, just like you feel interest? Can you teach me about that?
Right. So that's that's one thing that I'm also trying to figure out. So what it is that this project has that the others don't have. So which is why the title of my talk itself is, do we need another CD tool?
Yes,
right?
yes.
And I thought I'll start with that question and then expose, like, we had Jenkins 15 years ago, and it's pretty much the same even today, what it was then. And it's very useful. I don't want to say bad things about Jenkins, but it's very limited in terms of a lot of its capability, and it can get very clunky and complex very fast. And it was never meant for the cloud native era sort of thing. And so and then if you look at other tools, like you say, a lot of them are SaaS based, and they don't really fulfill the exact needs of certain projects. And the most popular CI/CD tools, if you ask me right now, is GitHub Actions. And maybe GitLab runners are an equivalent, right? So, but GitHub Actions is sort of very popular, not because of its capabilities, but because of where it is positioned, like right next to your source code, and you can use triggers and others. So
the point.
Yeah, so it's not about the features and capabilities that it has, but it's more about where it sits right now, and so that's what makes it more powerful. And so if you then look at projects like Tecton and Argo, those are relatively modern, and maybe I'll throw in like Flux as well, but that's more of like a they're very heavy on the GitOps-ish approach. So Argo and Tecton and Flux, I'll throw them into like one bucket, and those are the more sort of cloud native tools out there. So they're open source. They support all sorts of declarative constructs, and they work relatively natively with Kubernetes. And so, given that there's these three big blocks of tools out there, which cover most reasonable needs. Now, what is it that a new tool brings in? So that's really the question that I started off with, and so I'm here to learn about what is it about PipeCD that people will start to sit up and take notice. So I mean, that's the question that I have as well.
Yeah, I see. In fact, that before we starting the PipeCD project, we do use the Argo for a long, and also we do use Jenkins as well. It's just like you say, is actually is it's good for a long time, but it's turned out that having some point that make us cannot adopt it for the I mean the future. Just say like the Jenkins is too centric, has problem with scalability, just like you said. With our number of application, we cannot just use Jenkins to managing everything easily, and there is some remain issue like the CI/CD on the same Jenkins server, which is the credential sharing between the CI/CD things, many things, and we designed the PipeCD that resolve the pain of our work. So we actually, I mean, I get your point of it's a little bit hard to find what actually the strong point. If you just asking one question, we have to discuss and finding out what it is. But I feel like the strong point of PipeCD is many small things that we see when we use the other tool, because we are the platform engineer, and we understand the pain of managing a CD system for the whole company. And based on our experience, we viewing the PipeCD, and we trying to make that as easy as possible to get in for the developer and keep it simple with the same interface for many different applications. That was our strong point, and I think that's still in our pocket for now, and we still think about that when we design the new feature. We're trying to make that as common for different application kind as possible. And yeah, I think that could be used as the PipeCD strong point, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm also comparing a lot of the different tools that are there. And as in when I have questions, I'll probably ping you folks on the channel and
Yeah,
bother
for
you
sure.
from time to time.
I think it could be really help if you can start with kind of playgrounds use installing the PipeCD at the easiest with the quick syncs with
Yeah.
the quick start, then you can see that how actually it can you can use maybe can you just click to the overviews documentation? I think it's installation. Sorry, installation. I think there is another point that I can share you here is as a platform team who maintaining a CD solution for the whole company. We designed PipeCD just like we learned from the Kubernetes. We have only one centric control plane, which be used for sharing with the whole companies and different developer team. They can just install the PipeCD agent to their cluster. And with that kind of design, we can scale up to for now is more than 3,000 applications at the same time. So I think it's going to be one of strong point. PipeCD for the large scale organization. From the designs, by separating the control plane with the agent, we can just speed up many things like that. So it's just like I said before, there is many small things that make PipeCD today. So it's a little bit hard for me to just showing what is the strong point of PipeCD that compared to the other. But I think something like that could be something that you feel interest. We're making PipeCD scalable and easy enough for developer, and it support many different kind of application that would be the voice.
Right. Yeah, I saw this part. I think I got to the point of installing the control plane and PipeD on a kind cluster locally and getting them to connect and things like that. I abandoned it at some point. So I'll definitely hop back on that effort and try it out and things like that. But like I said, I'm interested in understanding this from a slightly more non-technical perspective at the moment, and really getting into specific details about what it is that individual tools lack that necessitated a new tool, or necessitated working on a new tool or introducing some new tools and things like that. So of course there could be some features here that are missing on other tools, and likewise the opposite could be true as well, where some features on other tools might be missing here and things like that. But it's still, I think, worth learning and documenting and understanding what's useful and what's not. So that's really what I'm here for. Are you folks going to be at Paris as well?
Sorry?
Are you folks going to be at KubeCon Paris as well?
Yeah, for sure. I will be there. We have 2 people
Okay.
Me and who's yours?
Okay.
That
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. So for sure, see you. Yeah. You will be there too, right?
Yeah, so my documents are at the embassy, so the plan is to be there. Yes.
Cool. We have contribution fest session at that KiwaCon. So maybe if you feel interested about the code base, finding some, chance to commit to the project, then just please be there. We will find you.
So, there's also, I think, opportunities to present some basic things at the same um, tag app delivery booth as last time. So I think their lightning talks things is open. You could try that. There's also some other events where you could probably plug in like 5-minute versions of an introductory talk and things like that. So if you're interested in those, then I'm happy to help with creating like a slide deck or something for these side
Yeah.
sort of smaller things as well.
Also, we beside of the documentation, we have some kind of short demo for 5 minutes of how to use the PipeCD. So I can send you later on Slack so that you can have
Sure.
a quick nice. Okay, so you will be in the Seattle as well, right? The CDCon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year there is a CDCon hosted in Tokyo. At that time, Fujo and Kichi be there last time. CDCon Tokyo. And
nice.
yeah, we have a lot of interesting talk over there. And some guys said to us that the PipeCD just interesting, but it's a little bit it's talk about some, what can I say, high level concept like progressive deliveries. When someone, not everyone just care about that. They just want to have something that quick sync things, and they need someone. They need something that when they prepare the manifest, then they have something that sync that manifest to the cluster. Just something as easy as like that. So basically, PipeCD may be sued for some kind of what can I say, cognitive company. The company which actually have knowledge about the cloud thing, and they're familiar with something like that. That could be easier to get in. Some talk like that we get from the CDCon last time. So maybe you can. I'm not sure about your experience on the CDCon, but I guess maybe you you can say more about the progressive delivery things to ensure that everyone in the session had the same view, I guess.
Yeah, I can try. Can definitely try. Let's see. Yeah, I think I think it'll excuse me, it'll be very useful to get some specifics. For example, compare PipeCD with Spinnaker, let's say. So like that's another tool and ecosystem that that's quite popular, and it has a very opinionated way of doing applications and deploying to different kinds of compute and things like that. So those are kind of the things that I'll probably bring up most in the coming weeks. And Any
Mm.
answers or any sort of information you can give about that is like
I think for your currently trying to write a blog about the competition between the PipeCD with some as a community use CD tool, right? I mean, Argo, Flash CD, things like that. So maybe Fuzio can share with you later about what we found about comparison between the PipeCD with the other project as well. So yeah, we will send you that on the slide. Is kind of something that we actually find in detail of what different between the PipeCD and the others. So maybe you can get some intuition for your presentation.
yeah, sure. In presentation or not, I think this information is very useful in understanding what are sort of
Yeah, Sure,
thoughts
sure.
behind design decision that goes into creating
Get
a
the
tool
point.
like this. Yeah.
Too many things that want to be in the presentation is not good because the presentation is just a short of time. I got that every time. Okay, so I think that's all from us. If you have any other question, feel free to ping on the slide.
I will. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. So this meeting is have 3 more minutes. So if other guy do not have any question, I think we can finish it here. So thank you. I will ping you on Slack for sharing the video for demo of PipeCD, and Fuzio will send you what we found when comparing PipeCD with other projects in detail on the Slack as well. So if you have any question that need more information from us, just ping it on the Slack, and we will send you the answer in chat.
I
Thank you.
will. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
You
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you.